topical issues, the oldest trade, in brackets, prostitution. This is a very, very, very sensitive topic. For the first time, I'm going to get into the murky water of what we don't want to talk about, what we avoid talking about, what some of us like going for, and the general expression we give when we hear that, and our behaviors towards this very, 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 very same topic. Yes, prostitution is one of the oldest trades in the world. Oldest? Are you sure? Yes, we have records from the time of the Roman soldiers, those records, and earlier than that, when the army was going for, there was the army, there was the food supply, and of course, there were prostitutes. The temples had temple prostitutes. Go in history. Temple prostitutes. And what is prostitution? They say it's a misuse. Is it a misuse? I tried going through that some time back because I was watching some videos, and out of the videos I was watching, an interesting topic popped up. It was prostitution throughout the world. And I wanted to know why prostitution throughout the world. So I delved into that. I watched that. I did a bit of research on the same topic on the internet. That's where I came across temple prostitutes. The way the Roman soldiers had the prostitutes as they were going to war, the way there were prostitutes in the towns where people lived. I wondered, prostitutes? That long time, prostitutes? And then I started seeing some things about prostitution, and I realized there is bad prostitution. And strange enough, there is prostitution that we try to avoid, but we shall not avoid because we have tried battling and we cannot battle. So I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to talk about misuse of children. That one is very bad. It has happened. Some children have been put into prostitution, especially in tourist-prone towns, very young children. And you know very well, it is a crime to be involved in that manner with any minor. It is defilement. The laws are there. I thank all the countries of the world for those laws. Defilement. But at the same breath, I would like to come to us, the society, to the world society. I tried finding out from different countries. I'll tell you something interesting. Some countries don't have any problem with prostitution. they have problems with prostituting. Mm-hmm. And in some countries, there are no prostitutes. In fact, there's no red light district. But if a man and a woman are caught in prostitution acts, the man is guilty, the woman is innocent. There are some countries, it's a therapy. That is what is happening around the world. Prostitution has been there longer than we were. I tried to look into histories. And we from Africa would quickly argue there was no prostitution. True or false? Now let's delve into this. Let's start with Africa and then move to the rest of the world. There were cases where women, by that time, according to the medical standards, there are some women who could not be able to get children. They would use all the kinds of herbs and everything they knew, and they would not be able to get children. If they came from some rich families, the family would allow, in some customs, that woman to marry. Interesting, a woman marries another woman, and this woman pays dowry to the family of the other woman. So she comes to the family as a wife to this woman. And she would have children with almost everybody in that family. Her brothers, her uncles, and the neighboring people. But the children were called her children. Ever heard of cultures like this? Some of us have never. Some of us have. They are even in our local setup, but we never knew about them because when Christianity came, everybody became that. It's not bad to be a Christian. I am. And I know the rest are. But we forgot about that. That one was there in some cultures. And this woman would have a wife, and the wife would bear children, and the children will belong to everybody within that family or within the family and the neighboring, because the woman would choose her suitors. Sometimes she was a wife to everybody. All her brothers, all, and the children she bore the name of this woman and her family. Can we say that was a kind of prostitution or it wasn't? I don't know. It's up to you to judge. Temples in Asia and Europe had ladies who were taken there for the sake of religious prostitution. People would go as a form of worship, would get engaged with them. Mostly they would be taken when they were virgins in some other places and be made temple prostitutes. But also, this is the most interesting thing. There was prostitution during the Bible days. Interesting? I'll give you examples. A son of Jacob called Judah. That's where most of the religious grew from. Has one of his sons who has got a wife is dead. And the wife now, according to the traditions of that time, was supposed to be inherited by a member of the family. But the inheritance does not take place. And Judah goes out in the evening and he is walking and he sees a lady, purportedly a prostitute, who has covered her face and everything. And Judah asks for the services, but he doesn't have money. So he gets services on credit. But what does he give in return as an assurance? My walking stick. When I come back with a lamp for you. And when Judah comes back to pay for the services, and the lady is not there. And later, the lady whose husband had died, her daughter-in-law is pregnant. And Judah is crazy, mad. She must be put to death according to the customs. That is men, eh? We are innocent in every evil thing we do. We are not part of it. She has to die. But Judah did not know that she was the lady he got involved with as a prostitute. And when now people come and they are mad, they say, now come out, we have told you. She tells them, before you stone me, I want you to get to know this story. The father of the child I'm carrying is the owner of this walking stick. And Judah cancels everything. This is a service by the roadside. See how it is. And Judah, when he saw her, he thought she was a prostitute. So what goes on? Prostitution was going on. Let's move ahead. The wall of Jericho. The spies come. And when the spies come, they go to the house of a non-business, a prostitute. And when they are supposed to go out, they remain in because they are spies. And the people of Jericho realize that there may be spies around. They come to her and she hides them. And she is told to put a red cord outside her house so that when the town is attacked, she and her family don't be killed. They put all the family there. Strange enough, according to some history, she gets married to Salmon. And to those who are tracing the lineage of Jesus Christ, Salmon, you go from Salmon and all those, you go to all those families, you end up with Obedi, you come from Obedi, you go to David. That is the lineage of... I've not finished. I'm leaving it there because I know some people will pounce on me. I like being truthful. So, this is a trend that was there. In this beloved country of ours, where every man is innocent, but every woman is guilty of prostitution, and what do we call them? Those vermins on the street. Oh, not vermins, yeah. Those people in the street whom we don't want are always in the street because they get money. And where is this money coming from? Why do they stay out there in business if there is no money? Pretenders like me and the rest of the other men who are very innocent must be taking part in that activity. So let's be real. It is men that cause those women to go there to the street for that business. That's the truth. we have read things of people who have gone to the streets secretly and they have realized some of the honorable people, big people, rich people, big cars, lots of money go there. And there was a time when a famous red light district was complaining that now younger girls, working girls, girls in colleges and universities are competing them in their business. They were mad. These are the people who have got jobs. This is the job we... And there is competition. It has been. And some people pay exorbitantly and castigate everything openly. They are not part and parcel of the whole problem. But is it a problem to other countries? No, it's not a problem to other countries. But it's a very big problem to other countries. And some countries have totally forbidden it, though it goes on secretly. And if you are caught, you are put to death. But if you are caught, it means you have you have come into crossroads with your clients, because it has been going on from the holiest of the countries. Muslims, I'm talking about you. It goes on in your countries, even in that great country. Christians, it's there. Some of us, or many of us, partake to it, but we are innocent. There was a time when commercial sex workers, though forbidden, it's legal, came to then mayor of a city in our country, and they petitioned. We trade out here. You pretend you don't see us. You are our clients. We want rights like in other countries. And the mayor listened to their grievances. And he was a mayor of a certain... And the mayor came up and told the people, I have listened to them. They have said the truth. This is what happens. There are countries that have got this. And what are we going to do now? Can we sit and look at the... And before he could finish the word laws, there was a great backlash. Men and women who are holy and who are what, and people wondered, they were even wondering, where has this strange creature come from? And he did the wisest thing that people do under such stressful conditions. He went and said, we shall arrest. We shall, all those things that they wanted to hear, and they were happy. You found the way. Let's start with the Holy of Holies. Let's go to Rome. Prostitution is legal. People pay taxes. Go to London, America, some places it's not illegal, sometimes it is. Why are we talking of legality, illegalities in this section? There are some people who, whatever you do, we have done whatever we have done. We have preached wherever we have preached. These activities go on. What has happened is that these same places have now become hunting grounds for people who want to do rituals. These are easy people to come by, get, and do whatever you are doing with. It cannot be noticed. And people still go out for them. Some of them very respectable people in the society go to them. It was interesting. There was a time I took time to study what was happening in a town where I was staying. And they are bold because they talk. And managed to talk with some, and that was when we went to a certain town, and they told us what happened. There are those people who engage them from very respectable positions, but they don't want to be seen with them. So they had even made signs. You go and pass near them, and then you point with your, you gesture with your head, and they know. You pass near a gesture like that, she knows, says follow, so she follows from a distance. And they have their whatever. Look at these things. And this one, I'm not going to put anything to you, any suggestions. These are things that are happening in society that we have to come into terms with, whether we like it or not. They are going on. These are our daughters. These are our sisters. These are our, to some people, they are their mothers. Even at that age, they are going on. And some even bring up the children on that business. It's very interesting that engagement in affair activities, you know what I mean? I don't want to use the real words because they will appear vulgar in a video like this, but the activity is not illegal. The actual engagement activity, you get what I mean? But if a lady is found in a position that suggests she is soliciting people for that activity, here in our country, is very illegal. It is illegal for somebody to prostitute. It's not illegal for somebody to get into this prostitution engagement. You know what I mean? How do these things augur? That a man and you, in case of such a situation, a man who has been involved in this activity is innocent. You are guilty for prostituting, but you're not guilty for the activity. Legally, where does that put us? Why did these other countries legalize these things in the first place? Because they realized there are some things you cannot do away with. Why pretend they are everywhere? Ask in each town, in all these countries that have made it illegal. They know the red light districts. Even in a small town, they tell you want to find there. So, why don't we? That is reasoning. Reason it out. Don't pin me on anything, because I know that now this will be the main topic. This guy has come to bring us demonic, or what is it? Or evilish, in the name of talking the truth. But this is the truth. This is the truth. That mayor you almost crucified was not giving you his ideas. He had been given ideas by those who were there. Is the truth. He was trying to tell you the truth. Let's be human. Let's be reasonable. This is what is happening. We cannot get rid of it, because even those who are in the process of getting rid of it are people who engage in the very thing. So, question is, what is the way to go, Kenya? What is the way to go, the rest of the world? Do we pretend, or do we acknowledge that such a things exist and you cannot avoid? And there are some other countries that have taken control, because we cannot afford to pretend. They were there in the Bible days. They were there in the cultures. They were there before us. They are there now with us, as we are pretending that they don't exist. And some people even take advantage of them, Because if I'm in the legal, or I purport or pretend to be in the legal section, then I can tell this lady, I will set you up for this if you don't provide the same service. So I get free service. Are you seeing how the world is? They are with us. They will be with us. Other countries have taken care of them. I'll not say anything, but sometimes somebody has to venture into these murky waters and bring this thing to the surface. It is happening. They are our sisters. They are our brothers. The others you can't stop. There are people who have tried to remedy others they can. And also, the people who call themselves innocent have never stopped going for them. I looked at that video on prostitution, the one I was telling you, and I realized in Australia it's legal. The Australian case was more pronounced. There was the case of Britain. There was the case of Belgium. Belgium, it's legal. And it was very interesting that in Australia, some of the people who engage in this business earn more money than the highest office in the land. Some, they make more money than the people in the highest office. That is the office taking care of the whole country. You know what I mean? Some make more money. It's a profession they have taken. They have chosen, they have stuck to it. We are here. These people are illegal. These things are uncultural. And what? They are what? Okay. After saying that, they are still there. How do we, as the people of the world, how do we, as Kenyans, approach that issue? I throw the ball into your courts. Make up the decision. Give your comments to whoever. And to those who are in this profession, do not be suppressed. Give your points like you gave. I will say the mayor's name, he was called Mr. Ladwa. The way you gave him those proposals that brought him problems, they were not his proposals. They were yours. Can you also venture ahead and also let your fellow citizens know that they are the ones who come and the business goes there and it's a business that, and then let the country make a decision. That is my take for now.